5 minutes. Everybody knows the rules. Um, what I wanted to talk about is doing the hard thing, or maybe that sounds like doing what's hard, something like this. I think because recently, well, not recently, I should say regularly, I find myself having conversations that are difficult, challenging. Often they can be frustrating. And I think that's because the topic matter tends to be difficult, tends to be challenging. And one of the reasons for that is because, we all come to a topic with our own experiences, which influence our own opinions, perspective. And usually these are really ingrained and really personal. And so we bring a lot of this into our conversations with each other. And I don't know, like often it just feels super challenging because, well, there's multiple reasons I think for this. One reason is that I think most of us are having conversations that seem to focus on who's right or who's wrong instead of really an exploration of perspectives and ideas, even if there's frustrating or negative emotions. But at the same time, I think that, I notice something that happens if I'm in such a situation. Maybe I'm having a difficult conversation with a friend or somebody out and about, or, my partner. And there's this moment where it feels like this has got to be easier. I mean, that, almost like wishing that this wouldn't happen. Like why does it have to be challenging? Why does it have to be difficult? There's all these difficult emotions, and it's like really hard to like navigate them and sort through and come out feeling like fun and happy and really good, which is what I feel like most of us, me, want to get to. Or I have this idea that eventually I could get to this place in my life where everything's really easy, which might be true. And yes, I think there are lots of techniques and methods and ways to make difficult things easier. But at the same time, something I just wanted to capture here in my journal is, you know, this idea that, you know, it's not my idea. It's an idea that's common. You've heard it before, but if you want to get stronger, if you want to grow, then you need to have challenges and you need to have difficulties. For example, I've been going to the gym now 3 times a week. I go, and obviously my goal is to get stronger, grow some muscle strength, just get more fit, get a little bigger. And obviously that's challenging. It's super difficult. I mean, if I go there and I want it to be easy for myself, I can do that. I could just sit there. I could lift the lightest weights possible. But everybody who does sports or, you know, does weightlifting or, anything like running, rock climbing, tennis, breakdancing, whatever it is, you know that the growth and the improvement and strength comes from doing the hard thing, lifting the heavy weight. That's what's going to give me bigger muscles. I got to lift heavy weights. Not too heavy. Obviously, you know, that could be detrimental, but anyways, that concept I think has been helping me recently to remember my battery's low. That idea has been helping me to just remember that, you know, if I find myself in a difficult conversation and it feels frustrating or annoying or whatever the emotions are, that is the hard work. That's the heavy lifting. Like getting out of that, if I'm choosing to just I don't want to talk about it, or let's just end this conversation because it's hard, then I'm choosing basically not to do the heavy lifting. I'm choosing not to grow. I'm choosing not to exercise, to build strength. And in this case, strength of communication ability, strength of being able to navigate difficulty and be strong and stay the path, and not just like bail out. So that's been helping me quite a lot to see that, you know, uh, sometimes I think there's this idea that, you know, well, if you keep kind of forging ahead in something, you're just sort of like perpetuating a problem or perpetuating like difficulty. And that's not true in a lot of situations. Maybe some, but, in the case of working out, you know, continuously going to the gym and lifting heavier and heavier weights is only going to benefit me and help me get to where I'm trying to go. And in the same way, I feel like, you know, I want to be able to see that although a lot of conversations, a lot of topics are really challenging and difficult, the practice of staying in that and not bailing out is what's going to make me stronger, is what's going to improve my skills, is what's going to lead me to a place where things actually become easier and I become better at them. So that's just something I wanted to capture today. Keep doing the hard thing, keep doing the challenging thing, and growth and strength is going to happen. And that's ultimately what I want. Happy Monday.